So what do we do when it's quarantine time?
We don't make excuses.
Isn't it beautiful out?
Beautiful white skies, cherry blossoms on the trees.
Right, and what are we gonna go do?
We're gonna go work out.
Right. Hi, this is Dr. Tiffany Lamonde and near Dr.
Pretty close. Rebecca Southstrand.
And we are out working on the Greenway during the coronavirus pandemic. And so we're coming up with a workout, and we already did it, so we're all dirty and sweaty. But we thought, why not share with you guys? Because I think people are feeling a little cooped up, and they need to get outside.
All the gyms are closed.
Yes, all the gyms are closed. Pretty much everything is closed.
Yeah.
We're not closed, but that requires a great deal of cleaning.
Yeah.
But so what we thought we'd do is show you the workout we did. Disclaimer, this should never substitute for seeking medical advice from your own healthcare provider. However, if you want some ideas for educational and entertainment purposes, this might be entertaining, possibly.
Definitely.
Then hang on and hang out with us. So Rebecca, what did we do?
So we decided to pair exercises and do 2 rounds of each pair of exercise. So
Which
the
is called
first
the
pair,
superset.
Superset, right?
That's right.
So our first pair is squat jumps and monster walks.
And what equipment do they need?
You don't need any equipment for either of these. However, if you have a resistance band, you can use it to make the exercise more difficult.
Okay, so show them squat jumps. You're jumping so high, you're going out of my screen. There we go. How many did we do?
We did 30.
Okay, how many times?
We did it twice.
That's right. So this is the version with a resistance band. We've got these fancy resistance bands. You don't need that. You can use like any stretchy TheraBand or no band at all. And I'm gonna show you a couple different ways to make it easier to harder or harder to easier. So monster walk, you're gonna go sideways. The lower you get, the harder it is. If you stand up here, you're gonna get a little more of the outer thigh. And then if you take the band off, it's a little bit easier. You can still do the low and the high. The harder the band, the harder it is. So if you're an athlete, you can add in running.
Okay, so our next one is burpees. I'll show you the easier way to do it first and then a more difficult way. So the first thing you'll do is go down to the ground, and then you'll straighten your legs out behind you. You can step, and then step back in, and then stand up. Now to make it harder, you can either jump your feet out or jump at the end. So to go down, jump your feet out, jump your feet in, and jump up. So a couple of them look like this.
Okay, show a couple easy ones.
Okay.
And then switch your leg so you're not putting the same leg back. There you go. Perfect. The next one is plank. So on this, you can do it on your hands, on your elbows, or both of those on your knees for an easier version. So you can do a plank here. And your goal is to not let your butt go up in the air or sag down. Keep your core strong and imagine you're long from your head to your feet. And then you can also do it down on your elbows, or you can do either version of this on your knees.
Next one is a row. We have a suspension trainer that has some elastic with it. You could do it with a trainer like this, one that does not have elastic in this, or with a resistance band. So with this one, you can stagger your stance. Start with your arms out in front of you, press your shoulder blades back, and row into your side, like this. So you can do multiple reps here, and then switch your legs. If you have a suspension trainer without elastic, then what you end up doing is pulling your body up towards you instead of the band back to you.
We're getting dirty. So this is the halfway point. So this was kind of the recovery exercise. So after doing a pretty intense round of those, we just did heel and toe raises. So heel, toe, heel, toe. I have terrible, terrible flexibility into dorsiflexion. So hopefully,
Let's get a close up of that.
yeah, hopefully you guys are all better at that than me. That's all I got. Up and down. That's our recovery exercise. So you're doing something, but you're catching your breath.
This exercise is a lunge. So there's ways to do it with equipment to make it more difficult, or you can also do it very simply without any equipment. So to do it without any equipment, stagger your stance and bend down to get your knee closer to the ground. It doesn't have to touch the ground. Keeping your front knee in line with your toe and your heel. To make it more difficult,
caution,
Yeah.
you could fall.
You can fall. So here, you can bend down and touch your foot behind you, or to make it even more difficult, suspend your leg up in the air and don't let it touch the ground at all. So you're on one leg the whole time.
That's pretty hard, but it's a good exercise. Yeah. All right, nobody's allowed to laugh at me doing this exercise when 42-year-old women jump, okay? All right, this is called a skater. So if the easy version, you're just gonna do kind of like a side step together without a jump, and then you can add a hop to make it more difficult. So last two exercises, right?
Yep, last two. So these are tricep push-ups, as opposed to a traditional push-up where your arms are a little bit wider. These, you bring your elbows a little bit closer to your side. One easier way to start is by doing them on an incline. So you can find
Couch.
a couch, a very heavy piece of furniture, or something outside, like this sewage pipe.
Yep, hopefully it's clean.
So you'll put your arms down and kind of put yourself into a plank position, and you'll bend your elbows, keeping them kind of close to your trunk, and back up.
Look at her triceps. Whoop, whoop.
To make it more difficult, you can remove the incline and go straight to a flat surface. So start in your plank, bend down, and back up.
Good one. So for our last exercise, we did it's kind of like an Arnold curl, but it's in front of you. And if you don't know what that is, it's for your biceps. We tried to get a little bit of every muscle group in our workout as best we could with the equipment we had. So we have our stretchy suspension trainer, but you could use a band, a TheraBand, or something like that as well. And what you want to do is get a little resistance on it, and you're going to curl your knuckles to your ears. So this part of my arm is fairly still, and I'm keeping my core tight, trying not to arch backwards as I'm doing it. Am I arching?
No, you look pretty good.
I look good.
A
Okay.
little bit, maybe a touch, but yeah. That's it.